You guys are flying. You're going over 100 miles an hour down the metro.
Can I please get a warning? Please. But if I was a cop and the person told me, I'll be like, I might have slapped him like, and I want to give you.
I don't want to slap
so fucking bad. But you told me that your license,
Here's my
you just
thing,
got your license back. I ain't gonna get
I've
your
seen
license.
one too many bodies.
I promise I won't do it again.
I've seen one too many bodies, man. You know how many of those homies?
In case you missed it, the news posted, Young Thug's legal troubles continue to bother him. Atlanta police target him well after being released from jail. As right after Young Thug did an interview speaking on his beef with Gunna, he was targeted by the feds.
I just like to help people, you know.
One of those artists was Gunna. You guys did a ton of songs together.
Yeah.
Very successful on your label.
Yeah.
He was arrested about the same time as you. I think a lot of people wonder what that relationship is like now.
Yeah. I know everybody wondering that.
What's it like?
I don't know.
As this relates to his new song titled Money on Money featuring Future, where in the song he raps the lyrics, Brody you a rat, twin you a pack, as well as the lyrics, these guys telling for nothing and I gotta be the one calling them friends. Ultimately revealing that he's not rocking with Gunna snitching in the courtroom, as when Gunna originally signed his plea deal in 2022, Young Thug first heard about it at a judge the following day, where he would then be seen banging his head on the table. Not being able to say anything to Gunna in the moment, what he would do after being released from jail is gonna result in Young Thug going right back. A viral tweet reads, I'm sorry, but there's no way Young Thug stays out of jail while also being a rapper. The lyrics you need to use to keep fans engaged breaks his probation every time. As DJ Academics predicted this already happening, it would be announced, Academics speaks on Young Thug getting released and says the stipulations are a setup for the court to put Young Thug back into jail, explaining that it's all a setup for him to eventually fail his probation, then go to prison for 20 years.
I know some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they're gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is activity. But he's always gonna talk about him and his is doing his thing. They might consider that activity. He might be like, yo, me is like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh no, you talking about it. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see, if you follow that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain, you can see this was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody knows Thug was not that weight, so we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how it's going to play out.
But everything would go crazy after a news report of Whack 100 says he has 2 hours of footage of Gunna telling on Young Thug in an interrogation room, making many believe the feds are getting ready for another YSL case.
Hey Gunna, listen, I'm putting it together. I'm gonna give you some time. I don't know, 24 hours, 12 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some time though, Gunna, for you to go ahead on and confess. Confess to the world about all the telling you did. You know that interrogation? Yeah. Guess who got it? 2 hours? Boy, you was in there talking more than Hurricane Katrina. The only thing he did wrong was let him record him. You know what I'm talking about.
As Young Thug would actually give this his attention, doing a small Instagram live, saying some surprising words, but not mentioning a single name.
Stink, I miss you.
I miss you too. What you doing?
Nothing, bored. You don't like him?
No, that's in my motherfucking room.
Cause you was being mean. He felt your energy.
Man, I don't need to play. I fly all the way to LA. Is that?
You ain't gonna touch him.
With the entire world then in a frenzy, DJ Academics would leak information that Young Thug was making several calls with rappers in the industry, all telling them to avoid Gunna while he was still in lockup.
The streets are so atrocious. Young Thug told everybody that Gunna was a snitch. I'm telling you this, I don't give a if you believe me. That's what he sent to, or he sent a message to Dirk, Baby. There's a few other rappers that just won't call their names, just because some of them just told me in privacy. All of them rappers start not fucking with Gunna, speaking out, they're chilling away. Thug got out, Gunna kinda hot. Ain't like you're trying to really like jump and work with Gunna, but
as with this then going viral online, Young Thug knew he had to respond again, hopping on another Instagram live for a very short period, just laughing.
I'm on live. I just jumped on here to let you ladies know that yes, a goat can go live. Whoa! What's up? Who up right now? What's up? Who up right now?
What seemed like a semi-friendly back and forth happening, it felt like the entire world stood still when it would be announced. The head of Georgia's PD Council gang unit says his office is preparing to defend against a potential 4PF RICO, as the official paperwork name drops Lil Baby. But what's even scarier is at the court hearing for it, the police would mention the evidence. An investigator wrote, "Investigator is on the stand. We are now listening to the wiretapped phone calls. Someone mentioned that Lil Baby had tickets on some people's heads," meaning that Lil Baby was placing money to have people dealt with, similar to Lil Durk's M for Hire.
Like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Them got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unc, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unc.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders?
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by a price? What do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harm. Or
and who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones had wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
Now rappers would begin reacting. First Young Thug, now Lil Baby, they're being played by that Atlanta DA. Y'all Atlanta rappers be careful, as this is the exact same Atlanta DA that tried to get Young Thug, but it's also the same Atlanta DA that Gunna made his plea deal with. As the news would then reveal an important update reading, Lil Baby has been taken into county jail for questioning on the passing of Jacody Davis and Lamont Freeman. Police question why he closed 4PF after the crime took place.
Atlanta police are blaming a local rapper's music video for the deaths of two 13-year-olds, and a $50,000 reward is being offered for more information. So far, 7 people have already been arrested.
Between the bullets, it was nothing but bullets, pop, 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 pop.
At least 25 shots fired.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was just a concert. I was waiting for Lil Baby to come buy my tacos up.
It would then be announced, Lil Baby reveals that he ended his record label 4PF to avoid it being labeled as a street team, but he ended up doing it in the most suspicious way possible.
First 4 Pockets Full had to come to an end. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. When you say of course, I mean, why you say of course?
Because all shit that be going on. And I had to start learning that, like, other people's actions I could be held accountable for.
Right.
I ain't know all that at first, you know what I'm saying? I never would have went that route, but I ain't know, you know what I'm saying? Now that I know, I'd be a fool to just keep the same thing going. They trying to make something out of something that it ain't.
Right.
Like, if I got any kind of control of, hey, we gonna switch that whole thing up. It ain't even just about the police, it's just period, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never was supposed to make my label something that I talk about.
As the entire internet would begin pointing their fingers at Gunna, so much so that Gunna's lawyer spoke out, making it clear that Young Thug and Lil Baby aren't being targeted because of Gunna's plea deal. He would write, "I was Gunna's attorney, but I am not speaking on his behalf. This long post is solely to set the truth. Gunna did not cooperate and did nothing and even said nothing to affect Thug's case."
And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in front of you.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein Hire and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
He spent 8 months in jail and he was released in December 2022 after entering an Alford plea. Gunna's plea could not and was not used at Thug's trial, and he was never even named as a witness. He received a 5-year suspended sentence with no reporting, no travel restrictions, no living restrictions, and no probation. Over the last 2 years, from media outlets, he has performed all over the world. He achieved international fame and recognition and earned millions of dollars. Conversely, Thug went to trial and he eventually pled guilty in nolo after spending 30 months in jail. He received 15-year probation with reporting conditions and is not even allowed to leave Atlanta. Those that have and continue to badmouth Gunna get over it, enough said. As a fan's reply to Gunna's lawyer would then go viral. It would read, "Once y'all really learn the effects of Gunna snitching in that YSL trial, then you'll realize why Thug and Baby will never be cool with him again. Go learn, as I'll teach you it right now." It goes and reads, "The Atlanta Police Department is calling out Lil Baby, says his actions led to the passing of 2 young individuals last summer. During a press conference on Wednesday, February 26, the Atlanta PD announced 7 arrests have been made in connection to the passing of Jacody Davis and Lamont Freeman. Major Ralph stated the incidents were a part of a gang war that started at Lil Baby's music video shoot last May, where 3 people were injured, where he strongly says this team will work relentlessly to hold you accountable," referring to Lil Baby.
The investigation aspect of this, Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life. Gang violence was orchestrated by adults in our city, and cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we saw and ultimately the deaths of 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions. And you know who you are. And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions.
As this is where fans find it very odd. Lil Baby recorded a music video on an ops block outside of a taco stand, but there was a lady that was featured on the news that was actually the one to tell the ops that Lil Baby was there. She posted on her Facebook that Lil Baby's at her taco shop, 3 cars deep, recording a music video.
Where y'all at? We over here kicking in. We got Lil Baby shooting a video around here. You know how we do it at Slapping Taco. Baby, there he go, y'all see him. He came to get him some tacos, baby. Y'all better pull up, cause you already know how he doing this Slapping Tacos, baby.
According to police, the ops weren't even aware that Lil Baby was there. It was her Facebook video that got the attention of them, making them pull up with firearms. But what's scary is the feds are blaming Lil Baby and not the woman, as fans end up relating this to the trap the Atlanta DA, Fannie Willis, has been placing on rappers in Atlanta. As only 1 week after Gunna took his plea deal, it would be announced, Lil Baby was arrested Monday night for carrying a concealed firearm without a permit. He was sent to the Clark County Detention Center, being held on a $5,000 bail.
I need 20 bands, call the number for me. Hey, security, the black guy, call the number for me. Locking me up for a gun, but I got license. Security, I need 200 bands a year, I swear to God, security. Security, I need 200 bands a year. You don't make 200 bands here. Hey, lady, my check leave at 19. Nah, check me good. I got a in my nuts. Check me good. You on the counter? I got a in my nuts. Check me good. I got a. Alright, y'all let me that car shoot myself in the head. Y'all fire.
As fans believe this was a warning for what was actually written in Gunna's plea deal. But it gets a lot deeper than this, as only 8 months after, academics then revealed on stream that the name 4PF is now listed on the same RICO document that YSL was on.
I've heard 2 of them. Like, I've heard the 2 of them. They're like, yo, these are going first, then these are going first. I've heard the names. And I don't know if I should say it. Again, I got nothing to do with no investigation for nothing, whatever, but these are top rappers. Well, one's a top rapper. The other one, matter of fact, I'll do the segment without saying the name. I'll just say this. I believe you know who the obvious name is. They're in Atlanta. They go by three letters. They've been popping. One of the top, I would say, 3 rappers in the game.
But now with the YSL trial over, Academics was finally able to reveal everything, as Lil Baby's recent arrests almost seemed like a warning for a massive RICO charge coming his way. And the rumor is that Young Thug, seeing as he grew up with Lil Baby in Atlanta, could be tied in.
I'm gonna tell you some things that you're gonna have to take my word or don't believe it. It's fine. I don't care either or. When Fonnie Willis started targeting YSL, Fonnie Willis had a bunch of people to target. She wanted Thug. She got YFN. So she got YSL, YFN. Eventually, they were going to get to 4PF. That's one of the reasons they changed their names, by the way. Except, from what I heard, the feds told them, it's okay. We got it. So the feds told him, like, it's okay if you dismiss the charge. So they didn't go that hard with trying to get Dirk, especially after Von died. They dropped that case. They dropped it, but the feds has realized we gonna get Dirk eventually. You doing the math? You see why Lil Baby is moving the way he been? Because Lil Baby hasn't been on Fed watch. He's been on county state watch.
The Atlanta DA wasn't successful targeting Young Thug. It could be likely she tries Lil Baby next, as the evidence supporting that claim is only 1 month after Gunna snitched out. Lil Baby was arrested again. This time was for an illegal window tint, with the official footage being released online.
Huh? Man, you know why I pull you over? These windows, they tinted. You can't see nothing out.
I'm a celebrity, man. Nobody can't see me. Give me my ticket. Let me ride.
I don't know what celebrity you are.
It don't matter. They give me my ticket. Let me ride. I can't have nobody seeing me right here. I'm gonna let my window up.
Oh yeah, you good, but you can't have that tinted window, man.
Alright, they give me the ticket. Have a good day, man.
Now, who are you? You say you
My name Lil Baby.
Okay, I just need you to sign right here, okay?
You got a pen? 327. You don't be want to have you gotta have tickets in Atlanta. These folks crazy. I take a ticket, then somebody follow me home.
Put a 32.
Huh?
You can put a 32. If you got a medical exception, you can get the 10.
Now, in the body cam footage, Lil Baby was only given a ticket. However, many online notable sources claim once the police officer handed Lil Baby the ticket, then went back to his cruiser to submit the ticket into the police system, Lil Baby's name was then flagged in the system. An officer just further down that exact same street would then pull Lil Baby over again, but this time arresting him and bringing him into the jail without reasoning, almost sorta like a warning. This resulted in Lil Baby having to fly his lawyer out, trying to get bailed out that same night.